Hi, welcome. And finally, we are going to be able to display our products based on the selected category. Now, the logic is going to be this. Whenever we click on any of this category, we want to display that category related products. That is, if we click on the egg category, then we want to display just Hex related products over here. And if we click on snacks, then we want to display snacks related products. Now to do this, first of all, we have to go back to our VS Code and within the widget folder, we can create a new widget because basically this is not a screen. This is still going to be within the main home screen. So we can call this home underscore products then dot, and we can then use a stateless, or we can just go ahead and use, okay, waiting for auto prediction. We can just go ahead and use a stateless widget and product. You can just say home product widget, and now we have to import the material.dat package. So I light and use Control and dot, import material.dat package. And now we can, first of all, retrieve our products. And to do this, you've seen this before, we have to head up to the Flutter file. And this is the first link over here, firebase.flutter.dev. Click on this. And in order to easily locate that we are looking for, we can just search for the one-time. Okay, I can't key to this. I'm just gonna click on, okay, one time read. And having a bit slow network today. Okay, and we want to retrieve all our products real time. So we're gonna be using the real time changes, which is also referred to as a stream builder. And now we can call this control and this, and we can then paste this over here, right? And now we need access to the Cloud Firestore, so we need to import that package. Okay. And while it is trying to get, okay, finally got it. And now we have to copy this line, copy this, and paste this over here. And now we can rename this to products and products, and the collection we want to fetch data from is the product collection. Great. What this will do, this will retrieve all the products we have in our Cloud Firestore database. But what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to retrieve products based on the clicked category. So what we can do is we can get rid of this and we can say finder and string. We can call this category name. And now we have to pass it on to the constructor. Now remember I told you the need for this constructor is to pass data from one screen to another. So now we are about to pass in uh, a data from this screen to another screen. So we can then say final string and category name, and now click on this, then click on create constructor for final fields. And also it's made it required, so whenever we call this class called onProduct widget, we then have to pass in the value to this. And also within this, it has a property known as .where. So it is asking for the field. We can say category. What did we call this? We just have to check our database to see what we call this. Okay, we called this field. Okay, go to the category. Sorry, product, I mean. We should have a field called category over there, I think. Wait for this to load. Wait for this. I think I have a very slow network today. Uh, I'm just gonna turn on my data and rerun. Okay. Then I'll come to rules and go back to data, and I'm interested in the product. Okay, great. Now we have a field called category. So we are currently saying we want to filter products based on where the category then is equal to this category name we have over there, category name. Great. So this is it. And now we have to call this class and then pass in the value to that. So over here, scroll. So where we have this, uh, sorry, where we have the category test, and after the string builder, we can also check because currently no category was selected, right? So trying to trying to call this without any value will result to a null error. So we can say if underscore selected category is not equal to null, it means we have a data, then we want to call the onProduct widget. And now it is asking for the value, and the value is going to be the selected category. Okay, we need this over here and a comma. And do not save at this point. We have to go back to our we have product and for now we can just get rid of this list star. And we're going to be using a widget known as list view the separated, which is also similar to that of the list view the builder. And remember I told you in order to use all this, you have to give it a specified height. So we can say height is going to be 270. That is the list view height. Then we can say child and list view the separated. We could also use the list view the builder. And remember the item builder has to do with how we want to be able to structure our widget. So context and indents. And we can take that first. And also it has a property known as item builder, which has to do with the space. I'm just going to undo this and undo this first of all. Now it has the property known as item builder, which has to do with how we want to be able to display our data. And it has a property known as separator builder, which has to do with the space we need either vertically or horizontally. Now we want our project to be displayed horizontally. So this is going to be, uh, what can we use over here? It's also going to take in the context and indents, or in order not to specify the indents because we're not going to be using the indents within the separator builder. we can just use this underscore to say we do not want to do anything over there, or we do not want to use that specific indents. And now we can use the arrow function and say size box. As we are dealing with width, since we are dealing with width, this is going to be, sorry, we are dealing with the horizontal. We want our widget, our product to display horizontally. So this is going to be width of probably 15. And the item count has to do with how many items we have in our database. So this is going to be snapshot the docs dot length. So this will give us how many documents we have in our database. And over here, we can then have in the context and have in the indents. And we're going to be using this indents, right? So for now, we can just return a test widget to display the product name. But before then, let's see why we have this error. And I think we need that. And before the return, instead of saying snapshot or data, the docs, then accessing each of the data, before this, we can say final product data is going to be equal to snapshot dot data, then dot docs. Then we want to access each document by their indents and this. And now we can say product data. And within the product, we have the the product name. Okay, product name. Great. And let's give this a hot reload. Let's see what will happen. Okay, great. We have just this over here. Okay, we have yeah, is working as we expect. I think we have up to two product for this test and Gucci under egg. And let's check the category for this. This is egg and test and Gucci. So we have a product name known as test, and it is under Gucci. It is under, sorry, we have a product known as egg. I don't know what's wrong with me. We have a product known as test, and it is under category egg. And let's see if it is working as we expect. Okay, we have just one product for snacks, right? So we have two products for eggs, and that is why we are seeing eggs over here. And everything is working as we expect, right? Seems good, seems good, seems good, seems good. So finally, we are able to display our products based on the selected category. Let's see if we can just display the image. Now you can go ahead and have your own styling. You do not really need to follow mine. So this is going to be network.image, and the source is going to be product data, and the image URL. Now remember, our image URL is a list. Let's just do this first of all, image URL, and use Ctrl and S to save. This will result to error because it is the image URL, it is a type of list. Okay, you can see it is a type of list, so we cannot display all the image immediately, right? We have to be in a list widget in order to display all this image. So what we can do is we can get just the first item we have, that is the first image. To do this, we can say we can add this again and say we want to access just the first image. And also say we want to access the second image by adding one over here and so on. And that error should be gone. Okay. Okay, great. Everything is working as we expect, but we want to have this displayed horizontally and not vertically. Remember, we are using the width and basically means we want to have our widget displayed horizontally. So to do this within the list view the builder, it has a property known as scroll direction. And now we can say axis dot horizontal. So this should be in the horizontal form instead of the default vertical form. Then let's see what's going to happen now. Wait for this, wait for this. Okay, okay, great. We have it vertically. And what we can also do, we can wrap this with a size bus and see if we can reduce the height to 100 and also width to 100. So this should reduce the size of the image because currently it is way too big. But do not worry, in the next lecture, we are going to be able to style this to look more better. Or you can just go ahead and use your own styling. You do not really need to follow my exact pattern or exact style. The main thing is you are able to understand how it works. So you can just go ahead and use your own pattern to style. So you can have the product name first, or you can have the product name first, and over here you can have the image. So if you have that basic knowledge of Flutter, you can just go ahead and style it yourself. But in the next lecture, I'm going to style it my own way. And if my own way suits you, you can as well go with mine or go with yours.